The NFC North. It's the Vikings and the Bears, and it comes your way next on Madden NFL 25.
They say summer is the time to live in Chicago. Well, that's extended into autumn as we are ready to roll under blue skies at Soldier Field. With Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And Charles, you look at this Bears team entering play. Now, losers their last time out, so they'll look to make amends here.
And one of the best ways you can do that is to be at home, and they are. They're going to try and ride that home crowd and that wave of emotion to a victory in this one.
Meanwhile, for our visitors, the Vikings, they were winners last time out, so they'll be looking, Charles, to make it 2 in a row.
And what I enjoyed when I watched their game tape and their victory last week is they put it together in every phase. Good offense, good defense, and some key plays on special teams. Let's see if they can get that second win in a row.
Fall is in the air, and the NFL season is in full swing, and we're underway here in Week 4. And out a little across the 25 to the 27. So here's the Viking offense making their way out. And they will be led out by their second-year quarterback.
I like this guy, and the reason I do, he tends to stay on an even keel, doesn't let too much ruffle him. He will manage the game the way it needs to be managed, take what the defense gives him, and then he can strike at times. Had a touchdown pass. Yes, he had an interception last week, but he found a way for his team to win.
And he works his way forward to pick up 4 yards there, second down. The numbers for Jones last week, 19 carries, 97 yards, and a touchdown.
I have to say, partner, their coaches didn't do a very good job of hiding their thoughts this week when they spoke with us, did they? They told us exactly this. We've been good on the ground, but sitting 8th in the league, we know we can kick it up a notch.
And that's caught inside the 30. He takes this thing way down into Chicago territory. A big play there for Minnesota. 57 yards.
And normally when you think about huge field-flipping plays like this, it's that shifty slot receiver or that burner on the outside. Not here. That's a tight end doing work down the field. Where's the oxygen mask? He's going to need it after that one. A big, big play.
A real field flipper there as all of a sudden they've got a first down in the red zone. To the air with McCarthy. And incomplete, a drop there in the middle third of the field. That'll bring up second down. Here's McCarthy. It's caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Minnesota. Rondale Moore, his first touchdown on the year. And the Vikings will jump on top with the game's first score here this afternoon. Well, Charles, he's still a young signal caller in this league, second year in the NFL. And I don't know if last year as a rookie, if he would have worked through his progressions like he did on that touchdown pass.
I think you're right about that. We're seeing him grow up right in front of our eyes because when he went to his primary read, he recognized that they were all over that. So he continued to survey the field, picked up another target, delivered a pass exactly where it needed to be. A very mature play for the second-year quarterback.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And they'll get him down inside the 30 at the 27. So here are the Bears now for their opening drive. And they will be led out by their second-year quarterback.
And he's been playing at an elite level here in this early half of the season. Tops in the league in touchdown passes at this point. This is definitely a wide-open offense, so we'll see if he can keep his string of good games going right here.
Looking to throw is Williams. Allen's got it complete. So just 3 yards on the completion there. And it'll be second down. These two teams, they met up earlier in the year, back in week 2. And it was the Bears getting the road victory, so they'll look now to take the season series here at Soldier Field. And he'll go right back to Allen. That's complete. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. That's good for a first down, his second catch of the opening drive. They'll run for the first time with DeAndre Swift. And he's got it across the midfield stripe and into Viking territory. 8 yards on the pickup, and now they'll have some options on second and short.
Once again, it's Swift.
And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. He'll lose a yard on the play, so now they need 3 yards on third down.
Let's go now.
To throw, Williams. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And this is going to turn into another first down as the tackle is made at the Vikings 36. Here's Williams. No, bottled up. Fumble. It's out. It's loose. But it looks like one of the DBs has it. And they take possession of the football and have it at the 36-yard line. The defense, they were swarming that time and ultimately got to him before he could get rid of the football and knocked it free.
And don't you feel just a little bit of sympathy for him back there, though? So much going on, so much swirling around. He's trying to find someone downfield. He's trying to move around to find an open...
To throw, it's Williams. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's second down. The Bears at 2-1 now to start the campaign. And they were looking good until last week's loss took them from the ranks of the unbeaten.
Yeah, I don't think anyone was expecting this team to push the 70.
The Vikings after him, and they get there for the sack. The pressure from multiple guys there as they bury him for a big 9-yard loss. These sacks now, they're starting to pile up, Charles. And that front seven defensively, they've had their way with this offensive line.
And I think at this stage, we have to start thinking about different play calls. We've got to start helping this quarterback out because the entire game he's been under siege. I don't care what the down and distance, they've got to get the ball out of his hands a lot quicker.
On is the punter Scott here as he gets this one away. This is taken at the 18. So a good punt, but a solid 12-yard return. And the Vikings will take over here, 1st and 10. So here are the Vikings to take over. They're in the driver's seat right now, and they were winners last week over the Seattle Seahawks, so trying to keep that momentum moving in the positive direction. And now they're going to get him down right at the line of scrimmage. And before this second down play, we'll get a whistle, a signal, and a timeout. So as they talk it over, we step aside. And here's Jones again on second down. And he'll scratch out a yard up to the 30, and that's all.
Sometimes your philosophies get challenged at times you don't want them to. They did try to stick to the running game on the first 2 plays. Didn't amount to much.
And now facing a 3rd and long at the outset of this drive. Steps away to his, and he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game. That's a step in the right direction defensively here because you're facing this sizable deficit. They're going to need more plays like that. A good sack, though. Good effort there.
And what you're hoping is, as you said, a step in the right direction, and that means it's something to build on. So you get the first one, and hopefully that can ignite them, and now they can make a few more plays and get back into this game.
The Vikings send out their punter as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. They'll score that a 36-yard punt, and the Bears take over. The Chicago offense set to get started. Now, early on, you know, Charles, every game could be called a measuring stick game, but I think when it comes within your division like this, it's a measuring stick game with a little extra intrigue.
I would agree with that totally because all division games have a little extra to them. But I like where this game is situated because at this stage of the season, it has that little extra juice, but at the same time, it's not a make or break if this were, let's say, week 15, 16, somewhere in that neighborhood.
And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Williams will get this out wide to Odunze. They'll wind up getting just a yard out of it, and it'll be 2nd down. From the shotgun, a throw for Williams. Escaping the pressure right. And his throw is going to be incomplete.
That was an interesting look there because as soon as he got outside the pocket, I thought he was going to take off and run for yardage. But what often happens now with these quarterbacks who can move, defenses want to try and keep bodies in front of them, and I think that discouraged him from taking off and made him try a pass downfield that fell incomplete.
They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
Despite writing it down on my notes, I never give enough credit to the offensive line, and we have to here. The protection, that's what made this play a success. Quarterback had to wait for his crossing route to develop, and that takes a little bit of extra time. Excellent job by the big fellas up front.
And he gets halfway there from the 4 to the 2 on a gain of 2.
This is a critical sequence here for this offense.
Throwing is Williams. He'll drop this one off to Swift.
And this will result in him losing yardage back to the 3. This will wind up a loss on the play, and that'll bring up a 3rd down and goal.
They'll look to throw for it with Williams.
Got his man, and it's caught for a Chicago touchdown.
Rome Odunze.
His 3rd touchdown now on the year.
And the Bears have got it back to within a score.
A nice throw there by the 2nd-year quarterback.
And I don't believe that was the kind of play he would have made as a rookie, because usually your rookie season is a continuation of your college days. A lot of one read, and if you don't have it, you just take off and go. Now he's settled in the pocket a little bit more, reading the field and getting to his 2nd and sometimes 3rd progression. That was a nice play.
The Bears send the kicking team out there, and they will send this one away.
And they will wrangle it down a couple yards shy of the 30. Minnesota's offense takes over position. These guys definitely hoping for a better showing than their last appearance. They couldn't really even move the football much beyond the shadows of their own goalpost, Charles. We'll see if they can get a better, more sustained drive going here.
Yeah, and every team that we ever talk to says the exact same thing. When you start a drive from that deep in your own territory, the goal is a minimum of at least 2 first downs, because even if you have to punt then, you change the field position, right? You flip the field a little bit. They didn't get that done. This time they want to string together a nice drive and help themselves out.
And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down.
Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the 1st. Moore the motion man.
They'll try and run for it with Jones. And he will have 1st down yardage as he's brought down at the 41. 5 yards is the pickup there as that extends this drive.
Looking to throw McCarthy.
Pressure, and he's taken down. A Bear sack.
Loss of 10 as multiple defenders get to it.
Now that was a passer's nightmare. The front door totally shut down by the defense, so he kept going backwards, hoping to find another avenue of escape. It didn't exist.
And the job becomes twice as difficult now. After the sack, it's 2nd and 20.
Throwing is McCarthy.
Out of the backfield, this is Aaron Jones. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. Good work after the catch. Going to net him 23 and a 1st.
McCarthy, he'll set to throw it. And he's got this to Jefferson.
He's going to go out of bounds, but he takes this one down just shy of the 20. 2 chunk plays in a row. The last one was over 20 yards, and so is this one. They go back to the ground with Jones. And this will be a gain of 6 when it's all said and done. Down to the 15 from the 21. Now whistles and a timeout Looks like we've got a Viking slow to get up.
While they come out and take a look at him, we will step aside for just a moment. This 2nd and 4. Now McCarthy. Oh, he tried to fit it in on the slant, and it's intercepted. And just shutting him off there. And the Bears will have solid field position here as they take over at their 45-yard line.
Definitely not the ideal time to see that mistake, partner, because this is still a one-possession game, and that's at least a field goal that just vanished with that turnover. Now, pressure's on defensively to prevent that pick from turning into points for the other side.
Another drive coming up for this Chicago offense. They'll start following the interception in great field position at the 45.
The Bears in good field position to start out 1st and 10 at the 45.
On the ground, it's Swift to start the drive.
And a decent gain there as that takes us to the 2-minute warning. A solid run on 1st down. Gain of 7 leaves them with a 2nd and 3.
To the air, Williams.
That's caught by his tight end, Gerald Everett. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. 14 yards that time for number 14. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Back to throw. Williams. Quick slant, caught by Moore. It'll go as a gain of 4, and that'll make it 2nd down.
From the gun, here's Williams. And this throw a bit late as he couldn't reach back for it.
They're going for a receiver there. Already has 1 touchdown in this 1st half. A 2nd one not to be.
I like where their headspace is, though. I mean, I really like the thought process, right? You got a guy who's already scored one, right? You want to go back to him, continue the hot hand, and make them adjust to you defensively. I like what they were trying to get done, even though they weren't successful.
Zerline's kick is up and through. And they'll cut the lead back down to 4 now at 14-10.
So, Charles, they get to them with their first turnover of the game and then make it hurt a little bit extra with a field goal.
And anytime you give the ball up, what's the first thing a coach tells his defense? Don't let them score off of this. You've got to put out the fire. In fact, in 2021, that's what one NFL coach termed his defense, the firemen. Go out there, guys, and don't let them put some points on the board.
And the good kick pays off as he's only able to get this out past the 10-yard line.
Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. Completes it to Hardman. So the completion results there in 9 yards. And that'll give him a short yardage situation here for 2nd down. Creeping up on a minute to play in this 1st half. Operating from the gun. McCarthy.
Justin Jefferson bringing in the slant.
The Vikings going to signal for the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime. They'll look to throw here on 1st down.
To Jefferson on a slant.
Nothing fancy on 1st down, but a very consistent type of a play. Hit that slant. A lot of people call it an extension of the running game, and it can be if that pass is completed, because you hit a guy on the run like that, you often can go for big yardage.
Sets him up nicely for 2nd down, staying ahead of schedule. Back to throw again.
And that one drops down, incomplete. Good coverage there, forced the ball free, and it's 2nd down. McCarthy operating from the gun.
Caught here by Griffin. Now the Vikings will use the 2nd of their timeouts as the clock will stop with just under 30 seconds to go in the 1st half.
To the air again, McCarthy. He's got his target. That's complete. And the Vikings are going to have 1st and goal coming up as they're able to convert there on 3rd and 2. From the shotgun, McCarthy locates Hardman for another catch.
And he will score. Touchdown, Vikings.
Mecole Hardman. As the 1st half is winding down. And the Vikings will extend their lead here just before halftime.
Partner, to me, that touchdown had something that was kind of rooted in that group seeing the future. What I mean by that is they had a plan. Let's find a way to score right here before the half, and that'll give us momentum going into the second half. Give us that cushion that we're looking for. They got that accomplished, scoring right before the half ended.
So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away. And this will be returned from deep in the end zone. And makes it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. And with 10 seconds left, not really enough time to put something together. He's got the connection to Moore. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. 25 yards that time. And you see the clock almost empty, so this is likely the last play in the second quarter. A final shot before break. Williams flushed out right. And he'll take it down shy of the 45 at the 46. So we hit halftime with our visitors, the Vikings, taking the lead to the locker room. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
All right, Brandon, we'll get back to you two in a bit. For now, plenty of early game action around the NFL to get you caught up on, so let's get to it.
Well, look around the NFL. We'll have to wait for postgame because we are moving right through halftime and on to the third quarter.
And we welcome you back now. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin, getting set for quarter number 3 here.
And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line.
Here's the Chicago offense coming back out onto the field.
And they have had their problems moving the ball through the air as we take you through some of the action from earlier. This secondary has played about as well as you can. Many times they've left this quarterback with nowhere to go with the football.
At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense.
This offense, Charles, had a strong first half throwing the football, at least in terms of yardage, but that hasn't translated so far on the scoreboard as they begin the third quarter here, trailing and looking for a little momentum.
Yeah, you're right about that because, let's face it, in the first half, most of their focus was in the passing game. And to their credit, resulted in a healthy amount of yardage. So I would think that at halftime, they're going to anticipate that defense loosening up a little bit to try and cover the passing lanes. They've got to get the running game going, and there should be some gaps to run through now.
It's a first down, his 4th catch of the game after having 3 in the first half.
To throw, Williams.
He's going to let this go. Back of the end zone. And that is caught. Touchdown, Bears. DJ Moore, 40 yards.
And the Bears are back within a score. Well, on that connection, it looked like they maybe had some pre-play communication. Maybe one of them noticed an area that was open to the defense to get the pass to.
When you put the time in, sometimes you have that great silent communication that you just noticed right there because the best quarterback-receiver combos in the NFL, they know how to make those adjustments at the line of scrimmage when they see something pre-play, and they got it done there.
Williams going to throw for it.
Flush to his right. And he'll get in for the 2 points. And that'll cut the deficit deficit down to just a field goal. I guess the coach looked at the two-point cheat sheet, said go for it, get it to a three-point game, and they did it.
Yeah, and sometimes you just throw out time of game. You don't worry about that. There's just a feel sometimes in making that call, and he felt good about what he had for a two-point conversion, and now they're only down 3 and feeling great about themselves.
The Vikings offense and J.J. McCarthy getting ready to go back to work. And as we show you some of the highlights from earlier, he has been instrumental in getting his guys the lead as he looks to finish strong and close this one out. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. But Charles, they still have the lead despite their defense giving up a touchdown on the previous possession. And even though they have that lead, it feels like a back-and-forth ball game where to try to get momentum back, maybe they need at least 3 here on this drive.
I think you're right about that, Brandon, because your game plan doesn't change. I do believe your urgency does because of the last score that went against your team. So what you want to do now is have your own drive and try and make sure that that momentum stays in your camp.
And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. Man, I just love being in this stadium. So much history, tradition, so many great teams and games. And we're seeing a pretty good one right now, hotly contested in the third quarter.
And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage.
Second down, another shot for Jones.
And again, the run defense stout this time. He maybe gets back to the line of scrimmage, but no more.
We'll see what they have drawn up here. A little bit behind the line. 12 yards needed to gain a first down. Third down from the gun, McCarthy.
Got a man, it's caught at the 6-yard line. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Minnesota.
Justin Jefferson.
40 yards as his guys are able to extend their lead. And there, Charles, he lined up out left, ran the post, caught it over the middle, and the rest, as they say, is history.
And you have to love the scheme that they just showed there, because if you're going to run a deep post, you ordinarily have to get a safety out of the middle of the field. And you do it one of 2 ways, either by running routes at him that carries him away from it, or you either freeze him in the middle with routes that run underneath so that he doesn't get depth. Then you throw it over the top, and boy, what a successful play that was.
Point after here coming up. And his guys will take a 10-point lead. The drive summary that time, 5 plays.
And it was all capped off by Justin Jefferson's touchdown reception.
Minnesota's kick team ready, and the Vikings boom it away.
And a decent return out to the 27-yard line. The Bears offense and DJ Moore headed back onto the field. And he was pretty much unguardable in that first half. You see the numbers there as they try to add to him here in this third quarter.
The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive.
And right now, Charles, it just feels like they're trying to keep pace. They did score the touchdown last time out, but they still trail by double digits here. We'll see if this offense is once again up to the task.
Yeah, and I think that after the last drive, they've gotten pretty revved up, don't you think? Everything they were doing was working pretty well. They go back out there with the same mindset, play at the same tempo and the same pace. Still a lot of time left to make something happen in this one.
There's a short throw. It's caught by Komet.
And he'll be out of bounds right at the 40. Second catch for him today, and it'll wind up a first down.
I like how they worked the tight end on a nice little under route there. And if you're going to give him that much space, he's not even going to catch the football. He's going to run away from you a little bit, and that's exactly what he just did there, picking up extra yardage.
Looking to throw is Williams.
Fighting through pressure. Now he steps away. And he gets us to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out. Able to make something out of nothing there. 17 yards and a first down.
I think the last 2 plays really illustrate how difficult it is to game plan against this guy, because you know he can throw the football, but how about his use of legs as well? What we call those broken plays, you can't account for them.
Yeah, those plays, those 2 that you just made. And he's going to be sacked. They sack him back right at the the midfield stripe. It'll be a loss of 7 on the sack, and it brings up second. A rough couple of weeks for the man under center. 5 sacks last week, 4 now this week. Do you try to design some quicker developing plays if you're an offensive coordinator?
I think you do that. I think you also change his launch point at times. In other words, move your pocket to the right, to the left, roll him out, bootleg him, do some different things so they can't just rely on the fact that he's going to take 3 to 5 steps back in the pocket and line up and throw the football.
Yeah, current formula is not working right now.
Working out of the gun, Williams.
And he's going to be taken down. Pressure gets there back at the 39-yard line.
Taken down for the 5th time. Game, multiple defenders there to get him. Throwing is Williams. And firing a deep ball for Komet. And that is incomplete.
Well, that play was certainly a little bit different because on the previous play, he was sacked. This time, protection a lot better. Had time to survey the field and still couldn't find an open receiver.
In motion left goes Allen. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Eluding the pressure right.
A little short pass. This is Everett. And they'll get him down about 3 yards short of the first.
So here's Greg Zuerlein now as he'll try for the field goal. Zuerlein's kick is up and through, and this is back down to a 7-point game.
So the response to that touchdown on the other side to begin the 3rd quarter. Look, just 3 points, but still a response nonetheless.
You're exactly right about that because I think you needed to answer back with something, even though it's not 6. Just enough to send the message that says, hey, we're not going away.
So now the possession will begin at the 35 after the errant kickoff.
Well, that's certainly one way to avoid a dangerous kick returner, I suppose, but you are giving up extra yardage, that's for sure, because if you put it out of the end zone, they start at the 25, so at a minimum, you're giving up 10 yards to the offense.
To the air with McCarthy.
And he will lose yardage back to the 34-yard line.
So that one a disaster, a big loss there with 2nd down coming up. Well, if you're going to turn things around in a game like this, Charles, those are the kind of plays that you need.
And I just love the way that defense rallied to the football on that one. They got the completion, but he was smothered behind the line of scrimmage. And when you make tackles like that, your whole defense is going to be fired up. Really nice play getting to the ball.
So 5 yards there as one of the big guys up front moved.
And in a 4-3 front, you've got the 2 defensive tackles
Still 2nd down.
right near the football. I know there's a lot of movement around there, but they're always taught to have one eye on the football. Apparently, that didn't happen.
After the penalty, it's Jones. And he'll get it out to midfield. Looks like, yeah, they'll spot it right at midfield at the 50.
So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the 1st down.
From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. That's incomplete, but there is a flag down. So hang on, a big call coming on 3rd down. So apparently some grabbing there in the middle of the O-line.
I've often wondered why that doesn't happen more often for guys that play center. Having to snap the ball and then trying to get your hands into the proper position, that's difficult to do. He got caught that time.
Throwing is McCarthy. This one brought in by Jefferson.
And he gets this only to the 44-yard line. Not near enough to keep the drive alive. So the completion good for just 3. And it'll be 4th down. He's averaging just under 50 yards a punt as he gets this away. This is taken at the 15. A 39-yard punt, a return of 5. And that will come the offense as they take over. And now the Bears coming out as they get ready. And last time able to get 3. It's not what they wanted. They wanted 6, but they got at least something. They mustered something out of the drive.
They'll take it. I like the way you've described it. Not ideal, but they'll take it. Anything to put some points on the board. But this time on offense, they don't even want to see the field goal kicker trot on the field. They want that ball in the end zone.
Yeah, they'll be going for 6. And he is out of bounds right around the 34. Mark that down as a pickup of 13, and the Bears have the first. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Flag comes in. This might be a free play.
Williams will get this out wide to Odunze.
And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory.
Offside. Defense.
So with the completed pass and the yardage they got, they'll decline the penalty.
So obviously more yards on the pass completion than they would have gained with the penalty. They did the math. They did it well, and it works for them.
And he'll get this into enemy territory, but not by much, as he's down to the 48.
They'll stay on the ground with Swift.
And he'll be taken down after a decent gain, and that will bring us to the end of this third quarter of play. So they'll get a little extra time to come up with his third down play as we've played 3 quarters.
You are watching the NFL on EA Sports.
Back now at Soldier Field. It's Bears football, but they trail on the scoreboard as we get set to bring you the fourth quarter. The offense on third down tonight, 3 for 7 so far in this game. They're looking at third and a few inches.
They'll try and run here with Swift.
And he's going to have the first down, yardage to the 35. A gain of 4 that time as the drive continues. The drive continues as they search for a tying touchdown. Here's 1st and 10. Escaping the pressure right. And he'll toss this one incomplete. Seeing no options, he throws it away.
Here's 2nd and 10. Now it's Swift.
Holding. Offense.
So that run play nullified by the holding call on the tight end.
Yeah, I just think he needs to get off the ball a lot quicker and get into the block a little bit more effectively. Then he doesn't have to reach and grab and try and hold on.
Off the bootleg, it's Williams.
A hit as he throws there, incomplete.
We've seen this quite a few times in this game. Offensive line unable to keep leverage, unable to keep people away, facing a lot of pressure. Fortunate just to get rid of it.
One of the reasons they're down is that inability, though, to stop the pressure. We saw another example of it there.
There's a short throw. It's caught by Kmet.
And he'll go out of bounds right around the 40. So give him 5 yards there on the pitch and catch. And that'll bring up 4th down.
Here we go, shot.
They'll go. Here's Williams. Oh, it's intercepted. A drive killer.
Oh, no, he lost the football. And the Vikings pick up the football. And he is going to get this one back to the 20-yard line.
Well, I know he doesn't want a fumble lost by his name, but it was 4th down. I don't think he was going to get to the marker anyway.
I think he just hired you as his attorney because you have just argued that this fumble is actually okay.
I'm just saying not all fumbles are created equal, and the defense would have had the ball there anyway.
Okay, so the defense gets credit now, right? Someone gets a nice little mark by their name, but it really doesn't hurt the other guy because he wasn't getting there anyway. I like that. Good job.
Looking to throw McCarthy. This pass going to be caught by Hardman.
And he'll get it up near the 35, right at the 34 here. 5th catch of the afternoon, and that gives him a first down.
Hey, bring it.
An inside give to Jones.
And this defense able to plug him up there as he'll get a yard to the 35. Now 2nd and 9. Now McCarthy.
Going underneath, he's got Hawkinson. So that'll be no better than an incompletion. And that's going to set up a tough 3rd and 9.
They'll come to the line here needing 9 yards to pick up the first.
On 3rd down, here's Jones. Shifts past him at the 45.
And he will have a Vikings first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
And they'll keep on the ground with Jones. And after the good gain last play, this time they say, as he's going to be stopped behind the line of scrimmage.
McCarthy, he'll set to throw it.
Going underneath, he's got Hawkinson. They get 11 back on that one. It leads to third down. And with that last play, he's now up over that 300-yard mark.
And in today's NFL, it almost feels routine. And I hate that when you talk about a 300-yard passing game. To me, 300 yards still...
And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted.
Kyler Gordon picks it off. And the Bears are right back in this football game.
CD, I know it's just his second year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape, he's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, second year, as you noted, on-the-job training, so he's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative or otherwise, and turn it into positives moving forward.
Trying to shake off the interception, he'll look to throw. Now on the run, he'll throw it back deep over the middle.
And that's going to be incomplete.
Well, here's a classic second guess. I thought he had a better chance of a positive play if he just ran it himself. The coverage downfield was really good. That one falls incomplete.
Let's go now.
To throw, it's Williams.
Flushed out right. And they will only muster a yard here to the 38.
Well, it certainly appears to me that the defensive guys are starting to look a little bit tired while he still has some fresh legs. Not the biggest gain we've seen on a scramble, but still some positive yardage on a play that initially looked like a sure win for the defense.
And this is caught. He hits more.
And he has a big gain inside the 40 before being dropped.
From Viking territory now, they'll come up 1st and 10 at the 39-yard line. And he'll go out of bounds after taking it a little further down inside the 40. Give him 3 on the keeper there, and it is second down.
Here's Williams. A pass complete to Adunze.
And he is out of bounds inside the 30. They call his number again. It's his 6th catch and a first down.
That's good for a Chicago Bears. First and 10 at the 28-yard line.
To the air, Williams.
Nowhere to turn here, and he's going to go down. Back at about the 37-yard line. That one will set him back nearly 10 yards here on first down on the sack. Operating from the gun, Williams. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete. The pressure really ratcheting up. They get the sack on first down, then a near sack. They got to him there just as it was leaving his hand.
Yeah, they might need to change their pass protection scheme a little bit. Maybe bring another guy into the backfield to help protect the quarterback, because that was awfully close.
Got an open man. It's Scott. Now we're going to get a stoppage. There appears to be an injured Bear on the field.
Well, hopefully, obviously nothing serious here. Medical staff, though, going to take a peek, and we'll take a break.
Shut up. 19 tight. 19 tight. Go.
On 4th down, here's Williams.
And incomplete on the deep ball. The Bears tried it on 4th down, unable to convert. And the Vikings defense is going to get the football back.
The Vikings offense had Aaron Jones headed back onto the field. And he has put in a full game's work and then some. Just an incredible performance on the Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway.
Their defense forced the turnover on downs. They've got the lead. They're in good shape, but can't go into a shell here, right? Still got to be careful.
Yeah, because they're still a long way away from kneel down time. So they've got to work on getting first downs, keep the sticks moving, right? Keep the clock going, and above all, ball security. Don't turn it over.
Throw left side, taken in by Jefferson.
And that's good for a gain of 6, and that'll leave them with a 3rd and 2.
They'll come to the line, needing only 2 yards to gain the first here. Now a handoff to Chandler.
And he is going to have the first down, and that is going to suck the life right out of this crowd. So the Vikings in possession of the football as we get you reset. And not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10.
Here's Chandler.
And I think this defense knew what was coming as he is smothered behind the line. And quickly we're going to get another stop here with 1:54 left as they call the timeout defensively.
Now Chandler.
I like that run right there, partner. Not the flashiest run, not the one that's going to break for big yardage, but he understands the situation, and taking care of the football, paramount, and he got it done.
Nursing that slim lead, you're exactly right. Hold on to that ball. Completes it to Hardman. And he's going to be taken down here still a couple yards short of the first. Now the Bears will use their 3rd and final timeout as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. So they're forced to punt on 4th as this one's away. And this will be up to the ruling of the side judge here. He says it crossed out of bounds at the 16-yard line. So now the Bears down 28-21, a minute 40 remaining. Needing to go pretty much the length of the football field as they have it 1st and 10.
Multiple rushers break through to drop him for the 7th time this game. They'll come up now. This is 2nd and long.
He's back to throw. Flush to his right. His throw incomplete.
That was well played, but that was also an example of a corner who understands his coverage, realized he had support behind him, and could be a little more aggressive in the shorter zone, and did exactly that, knocking that pass away.
He's got a man complete. And he's able to get this one all the way past the 30.
Final minute, no timeouts at their disposal. Here's 1st and 10.
Finding Allen, and he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45.
Well, how about keeping your head about you in this situation? No more timeouts. Finds a way to get out of bounds. Now they can breathe a little bit as they contemplate what to do on the next down.
They'll come up 1st and 10 here. White looking to throw. Oh, he was hit as he threw it there, and that one winds up incomplete.
Limited time left on the clock after that incompletion, so I think both sides are going to savor every second to prepare before the next snap. Because once the ball's in motion, it may be a non-stop push to finish this drive off. Everyone better be on the same page right now, because I think they're going to try and get several plays off in quick succession if they can.
Trying to squeeze it in there at this stage of the game. You got to take some chances. Nice job to knock it away, though.
You're so right. Understanding where they are in the game, you got to take that opportunity and maybe thread the needle. Unable to get it done there.
And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
And that's the downside of taking these big shots, because they're definitely lower percentage plays. And now you look up, and it's 4th down. So not only do you have to worry about getting big yardage, you also need to just keep the game alive.
And at the 7-yard line, the catch is made. And he is across and in for the score. And now they can tie the game in the final stages with the extra point.
Or they can go for 2 and go for the win. Yes, it was a touchdown, and not just a TD, but how about a long touchdown that puts them in a great position now.
And now just an extra point away from tying this thing. And now the decision is to go for 2. A gutsy call, and this, in effect, is your ball game right here. And we've got movement. I think this is against the Bears here. Let's find out.
Ball start, offense.
Maybe anticipating a blitz, and they jumped.
Yeah, and if we saw it, you know that they saw it. The bad guys might have been coming on that play. Had to pick them up, and they jumped.
Don't forget the extra point. It's up and good, and we may very well be headed to overtime. So that drive in total 8 plays.
This one, all we could have asked for. All tied, final minute as the kick's away here. And up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. Here's 1st and 10.
They'll start the drive with a carry by Jones.
Oh, but a great tackle there. Going to hold him to no gain as the clock runs. And here's Jones again on second down.
And we've got free football. 4 quarters done, and we're dead even. We'll have overtime after this timeout. And here in overtime, if the team that receives the ball scores a touchdown, it's over. If they don't, we can still have some more football.
That's exactly right. If they go down and kick a field goal, the other team gets a possession to either match it or score a touchdown to win the ball game. If both teams kick field goals, the next team to score wins. But if the receiving team throws a pick six or fumbles the ball and it gets picked up by the defense and they score, the game is over at that point.
So it's the Bears who will have the first chance to win this thing as we are underway here in overtime. And he takes this near the 25. Just a little pass there. Call it the 26.
And now Chicago getting ready to go as they take the field.
All set up for him right now, Charles. Opening possession of overtime. They've got the football. They also obviously have this home crowd behind them in a big way.
They get that extra energy from them, but they've got to be careful not to let that adrenaline get away from them and play too fast or create errors of their own making. Use that energy, embrace it, but make sure they channel it the right way. They've got a chance to go downfield, score a touchdown, and end this game.
And he's going to have the hook up to Scott. So a big play in this opening drive of overtime. Now looking at a 3rd and 3.
To throw, Williams.
And that is incomplete. Oh, he had a defender right there with him to force that to the ground. And 4th down now coming up. Averaging over 50 yards a punt so far as this one's away. And we'll see what he... Now a hit and a loose football. And this is picked up by the Bears. And they'll be at the 18-yard line. Great field position here in the red zone. Was hoping to make a play there on the return with his speed. Instead, he makes a play for the other side.
Yeah, and how many times have we heard coaches say, you know, sometimes it's not really about those X's and O's we draw up. It's about those Jimmies and Joes. And when you have a punt returner, he's one of those Jimmies and Joes, one of the best athletes. He's unable to make the play that they were seeking, though.
So from inside the 20, here's 1st and 10 at the 18.
He's going to be sacked back at the 23-yard line.
Well, this is getting ridiculous. 8 sacks now. That time multiple guys get to him. They run out of the gun with Swift.
And he's going to get this one down inside the 15.
40 yards rushing for him now in the ball game. Here's 3rd and 6.
Brings up 3rd and 6.
From the gun, here's Williams. Able to find the open man. That's complete.
And he couldn't quite get there. Tackled down at the 1. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
Swift.
And he's into the end zone for the touchdown and the game winner in OT.
A lot more was on the line in this one than just defending your home field, CD. They defend their home field against a division rival and get the victory, so this one feels a little extra special.
It has to, right? There's always just a little more emphasis on games like this. Everyone talks about playing each game the exact same way, but you and I both know that is not true. Division rivals, you want to take care of business not just at home, but against a team that you really don't like very much, too.
So for Chicago, they're on a nice early roll as they move to 3-1 with a win here. And they'll get to stay home again next week. Meanwhile, for Minnesota, they'll drop down to 1-3. And they'll get a chance to redeem themselves at home next week.